Right, so we're all afraid. That's it, innit? We're all afraid of something. This comes up a lot. It's like, what are you afraid of? Everybody's afraid of something. It's alright. It's alright to be afraid. But it's not. Like, we don't think it is. Like, we're afraid of being afraid almost. It's like, I don't want to show that I'm afraid because I'm afraid of showing that I'm afraid. Because if I show that I'm afraid, then everyone will know that I'm afraid and they won't accept that fear. And so I'm looking at this, like, what's the fundamental fear? What am I most afraid of? And I found it. Like, I found this fear. The fear is that me being me, to the full extent that I can be me, is going to trigger people in a way that they don't know how to handle. It's going to be so far out of their expectations of what should be, or what I think they're expecting. It's probably all bullshit. It's just in my head, what I think they think I should be. But my fear is what I can be and what I am able to be and what I can experience and express and feed back and do is so far outside of people's expectations of what I think they think I should be, that they won't accept that. And when they don't accept that, I'll be ostracized, and then I'll probably die an horrible, horrible, painful death. And that's the fear. Like, that's the fundamental fear, that who I am is not acceptable. If I reveal all of myself, if I give all of myself to the world in the way that I am, exactly as I am, exactly as I am being expressed, and which is ever changing as well. So if I give this to people and then they create an expectation around that, or I think that they're creating an expectation around that, and then I try to live up to that expectation, I have to kind of be inauthentic to meet their expectation in order to be accepted and approved of and not be ostracized from the world and die this horrible, painful, lonely death. That's the fear. That's the fundamental fear. It could be bullshit. Right, okay. Never mind. That's it. That's it. That's all I've got to say. That's not all I've got to say. I've got to say more. And I want to say, what is it you're afraid of? What's that fundamental fear that you're afraid of being afraid of? Find that, understand what it is, go and have a look at it. It's alright to be afraid. Of course, it's scary looking at your fears. That's not the issue. But if you don't, it's going to kill you anyway. Fear of death is not going to stop you from dying, but it will stop you from living. And so that's the inevitable thing. I saw this in an interview with Neil Tyson deGrasse and Larry King. He was asking, do you want to live forever? Do you want to live forever? Larry King said, yeah, I want to live forever. Straight away, absolutely. Great idea, okay, I'm going to live forever. But what I loved about Tyson deGrasse's response was that he said, you know, death is the thing that gives life meaning. Knowing that I'm going to die gives every day that I'm alive meaning. If I was going to live forever, what would be the point? You know, what would be the point in doing anything, in being anything, in what would be kind of giving meaning to this precious time that I'm alive right now? What would it be? And it was so profound. It hit me. It's like that, knowing that you're going to die, keeping that close is what gives everyday meaning. Because if you know that, why would you spend more days being inauthentic? Why would you spend days being not yourself? Your days are limited, and it's like, it's alright to be afraid. Everybody's afraid. Everybody is afraid. Everybody's afraid of something. Everybody's afraid of being themselves, because they're afraid if they're going to be themselves, that self is not going to be accepted by humanity, and then they're going to die a horrible death. Well, they're going to die anyway. We're all going to die anyway, and trying to live forever is like trying to take away that meaning from life. Once you take away death, you take away meaning from life. It can't be done. If you're going to live forever, it's sterile. If you're not going to fuck up, if you're not going to fail, if you're not going to get it wrong, if you're not going to make mistakes, you can't, there's no essence in it. If everything's perfect all the time, there's no life in it. That's not where life is. Life isn't in this perfection, this perfected state of being where everything always goes right all the time. The life is where the surprise comes in, the spontaneity, the kind of the art, the yoga, where things go wrong, things fall apart, things disintegrate, and suddenly new things spring up the middle, and it's that's where the sense of wonder comes from. It's like, holy shit, I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting this to be here, and now, isn't that wonderful that it's here? If I knew it was already going to be there, if I knew what it was going to be like, it would be so dull. It will be so dull. So that essence, the ability of life to keep surprising you with fuck-ups, with mistakes, with failures, with all these things, that's what keeps it alive. That's what keeps it meaningful. Death is what keeps life meaningful. So what I want to ask is, what are you afraid of? What is that thing that you're afraid of? And just look at that. Acknowledge it. Because it's probably going to be alright. But your days are limited, and if you want your days to be meaningful, if you want something that's deeper than happiness, something that brings greater sense of fulfillment, you've got to go to that depth. You've got to go for meaning instead of happiness. That's where the essence of life is. So find it, have a go, see what you think. It might work out all right. Everything may or may not be okay. You're not going to know that until you know it, and then once you know it, then you'll know it. So that'll be all right. Okay, that is definitely it now. All right, goodbye.
If you could live forever, would you?
Yes.
Okay, we're done. It is the knowledge that I'm going to die that creates the focus that I bring to being alive. The need to express love now, not later. If we live forever, why ever even get out of bed in the morning? Because you always have tomorrow. That's not the kind of life I want to lead.
You don't fear the unknown.
I love the unknown. You know what I want on my tombstone? Be ashamed to die until you have scored some victory for humanity. That's what I want on my tombstone.